Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Rays, and today I'm going to be talking about what I would consider to be basically, how to say this nicely. Before I start this video, I want to say that much like some of the data miners, which recently I found out about a little bit about the data miners and Wiki, I know that some of these people who do this stuff for the community basically continue to do this stuff while not playing this game anymore. Regardless of what I say in this video, I am going to continue to make Brave Exvius content into the future because, one, I don't mind the analytical stuff. I'm not doing my YouTube channel for finance. I have an actual job for finance, so that's not why I do this. I basically do the analytical stuff because A, I kind of like helping people. B, I like just, being able to give some information and whatnot, and, it's kind of fun for me. That's basically why I do this. So for anybody who's currently worried that, oh, it's doom and gloom, it's over, that's the end of this game. No, it's not. But Tuesday's live stream for me on Twitch was the moment when I actively started hating Brave Exvius. So much so that to this right now, literally looking at the game just makes me angry. And for people who say, well, just take a break, gacha games punish you for not taking a break. And after 3 years, it's definitely that a little bit of maybe an addiction, maybe not. It's hard to really figure out exactly what it is, whether I play this game for, because I'm just so habitualized, because that's one of the dangerous things that gacha games do, right? Is that they make it part of your life to the point where you just do it regularly. You do it without thinking. It controls your life kind of thing. But yeah, I want to talk about the state of JP today. A topic that is not going to be friendly, is not going to be overall positive. And if you are really thinking that the JP side is in a good state right now, you really need to wake up and realize that JP has been in a bad state for a long time, much longer than February. It has been in a bad state for a while, and now we are going to get into why it is just such a bad state. And even though it's in a bad state, and this video is going to be overly negative, it doesn't mean that we can't have some good Final Fantasy music playing in the background. So yeah, when it comes to Brave Exvius, I'm officially updating it to what I call Zombie Gacha. Zombie Gacha is a term that I am coining that basically means it is a thing where both the players as well as the producers are basically in a zombie-like status. Basically continuing on the principle of being like, well, this is our thing, so we're going to keep going at it. And nothing really changes and nothing really improves. And this is in stark contrast to some of the other gacha games I've been exploring with. Say what you will about Epic 7 and a lot of the shitty things about it, but its community is pretty well active into shaping the game. There have been changes in Epic 7 already, which is kind of surprising for being less than a year old. Take Dragalia Lost, the probably best example of a gacha I can find out there. Removing Worm Prince from its gacha was a very big move, but you know what? Dragalia Lost is consistently in the high top rankings for apps in terms of people who spend on it. Dragalia Lost even changed its pricing scheme, making it cheaper for its gamers to play. I have to admit, I give a big hats off to Dragalia Lost, and I will be making a video about Dragalia Lost in the future talking about more of this. But that's incredible. Now let's take Brave Exvius, a game that has been around for 3.5 years now. And if you want to know just how bad it kind of is right now, take a look at just the archaic pricing structure. This is the same pricing structure it has been since the game began. Really quite incredible. One, that it has taken so long to even see fairly regular sales on Lapis, and more because Alum is being greedy rather than anything. But yeah, zombie status doesn't just apply to the fact that the players as well as the staff is just going through the motions. Do your 2 live streams every month, put out the content, continually moving, try and do some advancements in the game. Players downvote every live stream, complain about shit, and just keep playing the game. But a real eye-opener was just how little people actually care about this game in Japan was the introduction of the Brave Exvius Cafe here at the Square Enix Cafe in Osaka, which I went to, which was, for on its opening day, absolutely empty, and it continues to be empty, except for one day, and that's the interesting thing. The only day that seems to be booked out is the day when Miso and Shiro, the 2 cosplayers, will actually be showing up in Osaka. I'm not even joking. When I went to book my ticket for that day, it was the only day on the entire schedule that was entirely booked up, basically. And that was a big, oh Jesus moment. I'm starting to understand what state this game is. It is zombie status. And yeah, it really is in zombie status right now. Brave Exvius is just this game that is kind of in this very slow changing state that is kind of getting worse, where people are just playing because it is habitual. It is something that you do every day. It is something that you have done for maybe 3 years, and it's kind of hard to cut a habit. Smoking, picking your nails, biting your nails, they're all regular habits, but when you get into doing them, it becomes hard to break a habit because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures that follow certain patterns, so therefore gacha gaming is kind of sinister in that way. But really, we need to talk about festivals on the JP side, because festivals are easily becoming the thing that is very quickly killing this game to me, and killing this game for a lot of other people. And I've talked about this. I have talked about how sinister this step-up banner is more than any other step-up banner. Because you know what? Yeah, I really didn't like it last month when Onion Knight was potentially split with a 50% chance of getting Hein. Hein, a character who was not overly powerful, not overly impressive, and was just there to kill the raids. But you know what? At least Hein was a bonus unit. So if you got him, you could at least get a nice little bonus from doing the Mog King, and it still felt okay. And Hein was UOCable. Well, I look forward to seeing how Alum will really make next month's King Mog banner even shittier than this one. Because honestly, I don't know at this point. King Rain is a powerful unit. Not a unit that I like. I've never liked Rain. I've never liked his personality, his design, anything. He's been a more useful unit in the sense that, well, Awakened Rain was a great magic tank, so I'll use him. But I'm not excited about him. There's nothing I like about Rain. Chair Rain has been that for me in terms of DPS recently. Oh, it's great. He's powerful. I can get through content. I've been making progress, I guess, in the game, but he's not a character I like. I guess, okay. And Noctis has been a long time coming for me, a character that I have been waiting for because I don't really care that much about the early Final Fantasies. I respect Final Fantasy I for basically starting the franchise and saving Square Enix. Well, okay, that one's a little wishy-washy, but I respect Final Fantasy I for that. And 2, 3, and 4, and 5, as well as 6, all have their places, there are great things about them, but they've never made a connection with me. 6 more so than a lot of the previous ones, but still, like, there's just not that much connection there. So enter Final Fantasy 15 with Noctis, a Final Fantasy that I actually kind of like. I actually like a lot of stuff about Final 15, and I like a lot of things about Noctis too. He was an enjoyable character to mostly go through an adventure with. You know, nobody's perfect, but still. So I was mostly okay with going on the Step Up banner, even realizing how absolutely shitty it was. And for people who really want to go on this, 5 runs at 25k lapis apiece is fucking ridiculously bad. Especially trying to get the limited Step Up tickets, which are... Wow, the no mercy tickets on the or the mercy tickets on this one are absolutely brutal. Hey, do you want 5 to pull a character? Well, you kind of got to go a whole bunch of times on the Step Up to even get enough to do it. Really? Is this really what this game has to be now? Is this idea of just screw people out of as much money as possible before War of the Lapis comes out? It definitely feels like it's getting that way. But Chair Reign on this banner is just a sinister thing. For one thing, people already pulled for him if they really wanted him. I didn't pull that many resources and I got him at the time. And I certainly wasn't expecting an outcome as bad as the one that I got. 4 Chair Reigns off an entire run through the Step Up and my tickets. Wow. I don't know what the odds are of that happening, of every rainbow just being consistently Chair Reign, but apparently I'm really lucky at getting a character I do not like with a super TMR that is basically irrelevant in the current scope of the game. Yes, it is a powerful greatsword. No, it is not it is not remotely what you currently want in the game, as true dual wield is where all the damage is actually coming from. On a DPS, Chair Reign was just an outcome that I did not want to see, and I couldn't believe that I had gotten only a single Noctis. But really, in this game, its festivals just compound on already existing problems with characters, which is getting 1 copy of a character is getting half of a character. It is not getting a full character. And for people who say that their 6-star kits are really that good, come on. Seriously? Don't even. 7-star or nothing in this game is the way that it is. Super TMR or get the fuck out is kind of the attitude when it comes to this game. And festivals are becoming rampant. Now we see festivals already for story events as well as King Mogs. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing raids become festivals, because Alum doesn't know how to make something special. Dragalia Lost has summon festivals. They make them happen at very key times and make very powerful characters on them, but they don't make them every single banner that comes along. Alum has done this with step-ups, and they're going to most certainly do this with festivals. And then when festivals are no longer useful, they'll move on to something else. Festivals have essentially killed off the safety net of UOCs too. It used to be at a time where I could be like, well, I didn't get what I got, or I didn't get what I wanted on the Step Up banner, but at least I have UOCs. At least I can just scroll down and pick a character that I'm interested in, but now it's only subpar characters that do not make the grade in terms of damage. And it'll be like this for the end of time. CG antagonists, CG protagonists, everything coming in the future that is a CG will be locked behind these. And this is my big question. Is this the price of having CGs in the game? Because honestly, I would prefer not to have any CGs in the game if we can avoid all this summon festival crap. But that probably isn't the case. Brave Exvius doesn't seem to be the game that is attracting a massive amount of attention anymore. All of its money is coming from the specific same player base that is continually just hooked on this game. And so, therefore, you really don't have any new income. New players aren't coming into this game, and they certainly aren't sticking around. Why should they be? This game is terrible compared to a lot of the other competition, and much as a lot of other Square Enix properties, Square Enix is just a company that is stuck in the past with the ideas that, well, it worked before, so it'll work again. Okay, I guess, but it doesn't seem to be working. Alum is slowly killing this game for a lot of people, and yeah, I don't think that there is really anything good to be said about this. I really hate the direction that Brave Exvius has taken. And the Noctis banner was the most, just one of the most negative moments. Because as bad as original Noctis was, which was a lesson for me in, just don't overspend on any banner ever. And Regina was just this thing of being like, well, I missed out on an incredibly powerful unit. Now I'm stuck in a worse situation, which is I have 0 Noctises after spending basically all of my resources, getting multiple copies of a character that is not any remote good anymore, especially since towers don't allow duplicates of units. Thanks for that, by the way, Alum. Good job. The game, New Noctis has just been extra painful because it is essentially Regina and Noctis, 2 units that I've already had a massive amount of trouble in the past, but now I have nothing to show for it. I have less than nothing to show for it. And my end result is just feeling of, wow, I hate Brave Exvius. I don't want to play it anymore. That is basically kind of my feelings on Brave Exvius. I certainly don't want to spend, but for everything that Alum does, we're just probably going to end up in the exact same cycle as what we've already seen. Who wants to bet by the time of the 4th anniversary, that we will see Summon Festival UOC tickets? Tickets that will allow that, before we see Super Summon Festivals in the following 6 months. It's an endless cycle of just finding ways to screw players, and that's being incredibly generous that this game continues. I don't think that Brave Exvius is breaking any sales records. It definitely has had poor communication, fairly mediocre response in terms of its fan base lately, a just undeniable amount of screw jobs coming out of the Summon Festivals as well as the Step Up banners. And me, well, I'm sitting here looking at this banner going, woof. I don't think there could have been any possible outcome different from what I got. So yeah, the state of Brave Exvius, if you're currently wondering what I think the state the game is in right now, don't pick up and play Brave Exvius on the JP side. It's not a good one. For those of you who are starting and get CG Noctis or CG whatever character, it doesn't matter. They're going to be outranked in 3 months tops, because that's the way the DPS race has been kind of going lately. The Summon Festival banners have now found new ways of becoming shittier, and it is almost guaranteed at this point that every banner in the entire month will be Summon Festival. And for you global players, you can look forward to this in the future almost 100%. It has definitely been a bit of a crushing moment in Brave Exvius, and one to which I will say that I will continue to stream it. I will continue to play it, mainly because of the community that I have. But any illusion that I've had at this point that Brave Exvius is a game that you should spend any money anymore is completely gone. And that I give this game, I will be really surprised if this game survives past its 4th anniversary. And if it is officially and permanently in the zombie status. A franchise survived only because people know Final Fantasy and will keep spending on that, but a very limited player base, to say the least. Anyway, that's all for this video. Sorry for the depressing one, but what I got is what I got. See you next time.